Race number 1, top of the stretch, Marmashidino, Command Power, Noble Vic, LH Marbell, Bay 1, Paris Traction, Kilkerran Escort, Weston Chip, and Whisper Genie. They're off and pacing. LH Marbell away looking for the early lead. Down at the rail, that's Marmashidino driving out with Command Power getting away third. Up on the outside, Bay 1 sits 3 wide fourth. Whisper Genie out the rail in 5. Extreme outside, caught 4 wide into the first turn is Weston Chip. They move to the backstretch for the first time. Marmashidino emerges with the lead by 1 length. LH Marbell takes a seat second. Bay 1 on the outside is third. Got 3 wide in the center fourth. Is Command Power down at the rail. Whisper Genie in 5. Weston Chip on the outside has 6. They continue into the turn and approach the opening 3/8 out front. Marmashidino dictates the early pace, leads it by 1 length. LH Marbell will get the golden trip. Parked on the outside. Command Power is third, giving cover to Weston Chip, who tips 3 wide off the top turn. 30 seconds was the opening quarter. They approach the halfway point. They're still led by Marmashidino. Outside racing second is Command Power. Weston Chip is 3 wide racing third. Sitting in the pocket and pacing fourth is LH Marbell. Whisper Genie has 5. Bay 1 outside in 6. Racing out of 7 is Kilkerran Escort. Pacing in 8 as they race on past the 5/8 and into the backstretch is Paris Traction. They approach the 3/4. Marmashidino still there by a neck. Command Power hangs top of the outside second. Weston Chip is still out there 3 wide racing third. Bay 1 on the limb with cover in 4. LH Marbell nowhere to go on the inside 5th. Racing out of 6th is Whisper Genie. Kilkerran Escort stepping to the outside from 7. Then Noble Vic. And trailing the field as they move into the turn is Paris Traction. 1:32 and 4 the 3/4. Marmashidino clings to the lead. Command Power is still second. LH Marbell awaits the passing lane third. Bay 1 is tipping out 3 wide for the stretch drive. Here they come through the stretch final time. Marmashidino trying to hold them off. Bay 1 on the outside. Kilkerran Escort on the far outside. Through the stretch, Command Power. Bay 1, Kilkerran Escort. It's close. We'll have to wait for the win pitcher. Son of Oil count, owned by Wayne O'Neill of Brookfield. Jason McDougall driving. Mile in 2:04 and 4/5. Race number 2, Dutch Thunder, Lamborghini's Pride, I'm a Character, Udafone, Greg's Victory, Mardon's Kulua, Salzburg Serra, and Ravel Lagadou. They're off and pacing. I'm a Character gets the first call. Lamborghini's Pride moving out. Up on the outside, Greg's Victory is 3 wide third. Taking a seat is Udafone in 4. Mardon's Kulua pacing wide in 5. At the rail, Dutch Thunder gets away 6. Ravel Lagadou from 7 as they move to the backstretch. Salzburg Serra trails the field. They continue on to the opening quarter. Lamborghini's Pride on top, leads it by 1. I'm a Character is tied up in the pocket. Next in line is Greg's Victory third, followed by Udafone at a 4. Mardon's Kulua looks at it from 5. And a gap of 3 lengths back to Dutch Thunder in 6. Salzburg Serra, the outside, has 7. And now 8th and trailing is Ravel Lagadou. They move into the turn and on past the 3/8. Lamborghini's Pride and I'm a Character race 1-2 with Greg's Victory in behind them third. Udafone stepping to the outside in 4, followed in 5 by Mardon's Kulua. Through the stretch, they approach the half. 29 and 1 was the opening quarter. Lamborghini's Pride continues to chart the path by 1 length over I'm a Character. First up is Udafone third. Greg's Victory out of 4. The outside in 5, Mardon's Kulua. Then Salzburg Serra on the outside has 6. Ravel Lagadou in 7. And lagging behind it's Dutch Thunder. 59 and 3/5 seconds was the half. They continue into the backstretch for the final time. It's still Lamborghini's Pride maintaining a 1-length advantage over I'm a Character with Udafone on the outside third. Greg's Victory is locked in racing 4th. Mardon's Kulua, the outside, is pacing at a 5. Then Ravel Lagadou has 6. Salzburg Serra and Dutch Thunder. They move on to the 7/8. Lamborghini's Pride looking strong out front. Had them past the 3/4 in 1:30.1. Still sitting in the pocket is I'm a Character. There goes I'm a Character now to the outside to challenge Lamborghini's Pride through the stretch for the final time. Lamborghini's Pride leads them to the payoff. I'm a Character taking aim on the outside second. Greg's Victory is now third. Udafini fourth. Lamborghini's Pride reports home a length winner. Second is I'm a Character. Greg's Victory gets up to finish third. Victory Lane, the second race winner, number 2 Lamborghini's Pride, a 5-year-old son of Tarport Irvin. Owned by Dixie McKay, trained and driven to victory by Emmons McKay. Mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. Race number 3, a Little Sport, Clonmel Classic, Durham's First, Gentry Fashion, Fleetwood Style, BC's Majestic, Jetfoot Jackson, Maldo Last, and Maud's Memory. They are off and pacing. Durham's First away looking for the lead. Out the rail, a Little Sport is driving out. Up on the outside is Gentry Fashion. They move into the turn, approaching the opening 8th. The Little Sport comes away on top. Durham's First on the outside is second. Down out the rail, Maud's Memory gets away pacing third. They move into the backstretch. On to the opening quarter. Out front, a Little Sport. On the outside, that's Durham's First, who now drives on to take over the lead. Outside, Gentry Fashion paces in a 3. Jetfoot Jackson gets parked out on the outside 4th. Out the rail, racing in 5, Maud's Memory. Clonmel Classic takes a look 6. BC's Majestic is racing out of 7. Pacing in 8 as they continue on past the 3/8 Fleetwood Style, and Maldo Last is trailing. Opening panel reached in 29 and 1/5 second. They round the top turn and travel in front of the grandstand for the first time. Durham's First with the lead. Parked out is Gentry Fashion second. In the pocket locked in. A Little Sport is third. Covered up on the outside 4th. That's Jetfoot Jackson, followed 5th by BC's Majestic. Then Maud's Memory, Clonmel Classic, Fleetwood Style, and at the back is Maldo Last. They wheel on to the 5/8. 59 and 4 was the half. And continuing to lead the way is Durham's First. Outside, Gentry Fashion giving chase second. Jetfoot Jackson now stepping up 3 wide third. A Little Sport on the inside 4th. Underway on the outside 3 wide. And moving up into 3. That's BC's Majestic. They continue past the 3/4. Jetfoot Jackson now forging to the top. In pursuit, second is BC's Majestic. Durham's First drops back to 3rd. A Little Sport looks to the outside 4th. Maud's Memory is pacing out of 5. They move past the 7/8. 1:32 and 2, the 3/4. BC's Majestic on the outside, battling Jetfoot Jackson as they make the final turn. And BC's Majestic sticks a neck in front. BC's Majestic, Jetfoot Jackson. Racing 3rd is Durham's First. But it will be BC's Majestic, Jetfoot Jackson. Getting up for 3rd is Maldo Last. Back in front of the grandstand, the 3rd race winner, number 6, BC's Majestic, a 3-year-old bay gelded son of Majestic Yankee, owned by Harlan and Eric Smith, trained and driven by Bernard McCollum. The mile in 2:02 and 2/5. Number 3, Michelle's Sister, will not start. Race 6, scratch 3, Michelle's Sister. Fourth race, top of the stretch. Mia's Maker, Stormont, Empress K4, Bo Angers, Classic Tycoon, Opinions Jim, Selkirk Bandit, I Am Twin Star, and Lady Windermere. They're off and pacing Mia's Maker and Stormont. Those two out vying for the early lead with Empress K4, 3 wide third. On the inside, Lady Windermere 4th. Opinions Jim up on the limb is pacing in 5. At the rail and getting away 6th as they move by the 8th and into the backstretch. That's Bo Angers. They continue on to the opening quarter. Mia's Maker, Empress K4 on the outside. She now drives on to take over. Second is Mia's Maker. At the rail, Stormont pacing 3rd. Lady Windermere looks at it from 4. Opinions Jim holds down the 5 spot. Bo Angers is racing from 6. Selkirk Bandit paces out of 7. Then Classic Tycoon has 8, and I Am Twin Stars 9th and trailing. 29 and 3, the opening quarter. They continue off the top turn, led by Empress K4, a 1-length advantage over Mia's Maker. At the rail, that's Stormont 3rd, Lady Windermere 4th. Moving first over in 5 is Opinions Jim. Racing 6th and looking to the outside as they move past the half is Bo Angers. Then Classic Tycoon, Selkirk Bandit, and I Am Twin Star. Can see them all as they head into the lower turn. It's still Empress K4, but Opinions Jim is moving up now to challenge on the outside. 2nd, locked in the pocket. 3rd is Mia's Maker. Pacing in 4, that's Stormont. Lady Windermere still has 5. Classic Tycoon from 6. I Am Twin Star moves up at the rail 7. Racing at 8, Bo Angers, and the trailer is Selkirk Bandit. The half reached in a minute 4/5. They're midway to the backstretch. Empress K4 leading by 3 parts of a length. Opinions Jim on the outside. 2nd with Mia's Maker pacing 3rd. Stormont is looking at it from 4. The inside Classic Tycoon. Then Lady Windermere. I Am Twin Star, Selkirk Bandit, and Bo Angers. 1:31 and 1 3/4. They're midway through the final turn. Empress K4 leads it now by 2 lengths. As they make the final turn, Mia's Maker moves up to reclaim 2nd. Opinions Jim dropping back 3rd. Stormont down at the rail is racing 4th. Through the stretch for the final time, Empress K4, Mia's Maker. Empress K4 will win it. 2nd is Mia's Maker. Looks like Opinions Jim 3rd. Six-year-old mare by Temujin. Owned and trained by Barry Tomlinson. Danny Romo driving. The mile in 2:01 and 2/5. Race number 5, Fleet Director, Island Inverness. Forward Pass, J.D. Cajun, Stipleaves Girl, Ellis Road, Baker Who, and M.D. Applejack. They're off and pacing. Forward Pass and Fleet Director. Those two out battling for the early lead. Island Inverness takes cover 3rd. Up on the outside, Ellis Road. Down at the rail, that's J.D. Cajun. Then we go back to Stipleaves Girl, Baker Who, and M.D. Applejack is the early trailer. Into the backstretch, they head for the opening quarter. Forward Pass leads the way by 1 length. Fleet Director sits 2nd. On the inside, Island Inverness takes a look at it 3. Holding down 4 is J.D. Cajun. Looking at it from 5 in the early going, that's Ellis Road. Pacing out of 6 is Stipleaves Girl, then Baker Who, and M.D. Applejack is trailing. Fleet Director now moves on to take over from Forward Pass. On the inside, Island Inverness. There goes Ellis Road. First over, racing 4th. Giving cover to Stipleaves Girl on the limb 5. J.D. Cajun gets shuffled back to 6th. Then Baker Who to the outside in 7. And M.D. Applejack remains at the back. 29 and 4 was the opening quarter. Fleet Director continuing to chart the path by a length. Forward Pass in the pocket. Ellis Road ranging up on the outside. On the outside with cover is Stipleaves Girl racing 4th. Locked in Island Inverness from 5. Then Baker Who has 6, J.D. Cajun, and M.D. Applejack is still trailing. The half in 1:01 and 2/5 seconds. They move to the backstretch. Final time, Fleet Director by 3/4 of a length. On the outside, that's Ellis Road 2nd. On the inside, Forward Pass is hemmed in 3rd. And getting a good second over journey, Stipleaves Girl out of 4. Baker Who coming 3 wide in 5. Then J.D. Cajun, Island Inverness, M.D. Applejack on the far outside from the back. A tight pack as they move on to the 7/8. It's still Fleet Director by half a length. Ellis Road 2nd. Baker Who up in the far outside moves up now, giving chase 3rd. Forward Pass awaits the passing lane. 1:32 and 1 3/4. They're still tightly bunched as they make the final turn. It's still Fleet Director by a length. Looking to get out of the pocket is Forward Pass to the far outside. Baker Who, M.D. Applejack in the extreme outside. Forward Pass in the passing lane. Down to the wire. Forward Pass wins it. 2nd is Fleet Director. Ellis Road 3rd. Riding back, the 5th race winner, number 3, Forward Pass, the 10-year-old gelded son of Pass with Care. Don Murphy of New Glasgow, Bobby Murphy driving. Mile in 2:02 and 2/5. Race number 6, Danger Bear, Escorts Abe, Fit and Chips, Fairly Dandy, Ben Bishop, the Cloudmaker, Sterling Orr, and Lady Aiken. They're off and pacing. Escorts Abe away looking for the lead. Up on the outside, Fairly Dandy rushing up with Ben Bishop caught 3 wide third. Settling in fourth is Fit and Chips. Away 5 is the Cloudmaker. Danger Bear looks at it from 6th in the early going. They move into the backstretch with Lady Aiken in 7 in the early treader, Sterling Orr. They continue on to the opening quarter. Escorts Abe comes away on top. Ben Bishop backing up to find room in the pocket. Fairly Dandy next in line third. Fit and Chips is pacing in 4. And a gap of 2.5, 3 lengths back to the Cloudmaker in 5. Danger Bear has 6. Lady Aiken underway 7. And Sterling Orr is at the back. Opening quarter, 28 and 4/5 seconds. They move off the top turn, led by Escorts Abe. A length and a half lead over Ben Bishop. Fairly Dandy out the rail is third. They continue off the top turn. Fit and Chips moving first over fourth. Giving cover on the limb 5 to Lady Aiken. Racing from 6 is the Cloudmaker, then Danger Bear and Sterling Orr. They move past the halfway point. Fit and Chips moving up to challenge Escorts Abe for the lead, with Ben Bishop content to sit the pocket. Lady Aiken outside is second over, racing fourth. Fairly Dandy in 5. Then the Cloudmaker has 6. Sterling Orr and Danger Bear is at the back. They were past the half in a minute, 1/5 second. On to the backstretch for the final time. Escorts Abe looking strong out front. Has put away the challenge of Fit and Chips. Now leads it by 2.5 lengths. Ben Bishop giving chase second to the inside third. Fairly Dandy. Fit and Chips outside is racing in 4. From 5 is the Cloudmaker. Danger Bear coming 4 wide from the back of the field. They move on to the 7/8. It's all Escorts Abe now strides out to a 5-length margin, with Ben Bishop trying to hang in second. Fairly Dandy at the rail is third. From far back, here comes Danger Bear on the outside fourth. 1:29 and 3 3/4 through the stretch. Final time, it's all Escorts Abe. The battle will be for place. Fairly Dandy and Danger Bear. This one belongs to Escorts Abe. Finishing second, we'll lead a picture between Fairly Dandy and Danger Bear. Now parading back into victory lane, the 6th race winner, number 2 Escorts Abe, a 2-year-old black colt by Sherwood Abe. Out of the Happy Escort Dam Escorts Maid, owned by Eric Webby of Dartmouth. Trained and driven to victory by Robert Laffin. Escorts Abe sets a new track record for 2-year-old pacing colts. Escorts Abe in 1:58 and 3/5. Race 7 of the afternoon, you'll see Rain Lady, Shalon UBU, Tricky J. Dixon, A Little Effort, Baron Butch, Rambling Dawn, Don't Tie Me Down, and Rock Solid. They're off, and as they lead the gate, Rain Lady gets the first call. Up on the outside is Tricky J. Dixon. Down at the rail, you'll see Away Racing third, followed by Rock Solid fourth. Up on the limb fifth, that's Baron Butch. Taking a seat in 6, Shalon UBU from 7 as they move by the 8th and into the backstretch for time 1. And out of the opening quarter is A Little Effort, but out front, that's Tricky J. Dixon with the lead by a length and a half over Rain Lady. You'll see is racing out of 3. They continue on past the opening quarter. Tricky J. Dixon sets the early tempo, leads the field by 2 lengths. Rain Lady is second. The inside you'll see is racing third. Parked outside and pacing in 4 is Baron Butch. Looking to the outside, Rock Solid from 5. Shalon UBU races in 6. A Little Effort has 7. Then Rambling Dawn from 8, and Don't Tie Me Down is out the back. 29 seconds was the opening quarter. Through the stretch, they approach the half. Tricky J. Dixon maintaining a 2-length advantage over Rain Lady. Outside, Baron Butch third, going 3 wide. A little effort out of 4. At the rail in 5 and locked in, as you'll see. 6th, as they move into the lower turn, is Rock Solid. On UBU. Then Don't Tie Me Down and Rambling Dawn is now trailing. They were past the half, 59 and 4/5 seconds. They move on to the 3/4. It's still Tricky J. Dixon. Rain Lady in pursuit second. You'll see on the inside is third. Baron Butch outside is pacing in 4. Followed in 5 by Shadon UBU. Racing 6th on the outside. That's Rock Solid. Then Rambling Dawn, Don't Tie Me Down, and A Little Effort is now trailing. They move on to the upper turn. Tricky J. Dixon, the one to catch. Rain Lady under urging is racing second with You'll See tipping off the rail third. Shadon UBU looks for room 4th. 1:30 and 4 the 3/4. They straighten out for the payoff. Tricky J. Dixon still has the lead. Up on the outside, that's You'll See. Shadon UBU is now closing in quickly. Shadon UBU on the outside will draw off to win it. Tricky J. Dixon hangs in to finish second. You'll See is third. Back in victory lane, the 7th race winner, number 3, Shadon UBU, a 5-year-old daughter of Curtis Hanover. Owned by Ken McDonald and Michael Clary of Montague PEI. Ronnie McLean driving. Ronnie gives the mare a new race marker, 2:03. Race 8, Naylor Park, Winning Gambler, Rockin' Michael, Chums Chip, Battle Shoebuck, Cart Lane Kid, Ease Wave, RM Rip, and Scallopine. They're off and pacing. Rockin' Michael, Winning Gambler, and Naylor Park. Those 3 out vying for the early lead, followed out by Scallopine 4th. Settling in, racing in 5, that's Chums Chip. Battle Shoebuck gets away in 6, followed by Cart Lane Kid in 7. Racing at 8 is Ease Wave, and RM Rip is trailing the field. Down the backstretch, they approach the quarter. Naylor Park out front leads it by 1 length. On the inside, Scallopine gets away in the garden spot. Settling in is Winning Gambler 3rd. Rockin' Michael takes a look out of 4, holding down 5. That's Chums Chip. Campaigning the rail in 6 is Battle Shoebuck, then Cart Lane Kid. Races out of 7. Ease Wave has 1 horse beaten. That's RM Rip as they continue off the top turn. Opening quarter, 28 and 4/5 seconds. They continue off the top turn. They're still led by Naylor Park, a 1-length lead over Scallopine, who gets the golden trip. On the inside, Winning Gambler is pacing 3rd. First over 4th is Chums Chip. On the inside, locked in, Rockin' Michael in 5. Battle Shoebuck will follow cover on the outside 6th. Then Cart Lane Kiddies, Wave, and RM Rip. They move on to the 5/8, the half, 59 and 1/5 second. It's still Naylor Park showing the way by a length. Getting a perfect journey is Scallopine 2nd. Chums Chip on the outside is 3rd. Winning Gambler 4th. Battle Shoebuck covered up on the outside in 5. Then racing in 6th is Rockin' Michael. They continue past the 3/4. Naylor Park looking strong in the front end. Has it by 2 lengths. Chums Chip moving up to give chase 2nd on the outside. And going at 3 wide as they continue past the 7/8. Battle Shoebuck down inside is Scallopine. They have less than an 1/8 to come. 1:30 to 3/4. It's still Naylor Park. A length and a half lead over Chums Chip. Battle Shoebuck is racing 3rd. Through the stretch, final time. Naylor Park, Chums Chip on the outside. Battle Shoebuck is 3rd. But it will be Naylor Park, Chums Chip, and Battle Shoebuck. Back in victory lane, the 8th race winner, One Naylor Park, a 7-year-old son of Zip Terror. Owned by Brenton White of Kennecook, Robert Laffin driving. Naylor Park picks up a new race marker, 2 minutes and 2/5. Race number 9, Easy Bruce, BH Terminator, Maker First, Bet and Win, Moonwatch, Entirely Mike's, MD Waverly, Blitzy Treasure, and Musco Joe. They're off and pacing. PH Terminator gets off the gate first, grabbing the lead. Moonwatch hustling up on the outside. Down out the rail is Easy Bruce. Caught wide into the turn is Blitzy Treasure. Getting away, racing in 5 out the rail. That's Musco Joe. On the outside, Bet and Win has 6. From 7 into the backstretch is Maker First. Racing in 8, Entirely Mike's. And the trailer is MD Waverly. 3 deep as they battle for the lead. Headed past the opening quarter. On the far outside, Blitzy Treasure moves on to the lead. On the inside, PH Terminator with Moonwatch up on the outside, parked out 3rd. Down out the rail in 4th is Easy Bruce. From 5, that's Musco Joe. Then Bet and Win looks at it in 6. Maker First, pacing in 7. Entirely Mike's has 8, and MD Waverly is 9th. 29 seconds, the opening quarter. They make their way off the top turn, led by Blitzy Treasure, a 1-length lead. Getting the parking ticket is Moonwatch 2nd. Out the rail, PH Terminator is pacing 3rd. Up on the outside with cover is Musco Joe in 4. At the rail 5, that's Easy Bruce, followed 6th by Maker First, then Bet and Win, MD Waverly. And at the back of the field is Entirely Mike's. They were past the half in 59 seconds as they head to the backstretch. Blitzy Treasure by 3 parts of a length. Musco Joe now moving up 3 wide on the outside. They continue on to the 3/4. Musco Joe on the outside now sticks ahead in front. Blitzy Treasure is 2nd at the rail. Up on the outside, 3 wide, 3rd. That's Maker First, locked in at the rail. PH Terminator 4th. Moonwatch backing up 5th. 3 wide, MD Waverly from 6th. They move to the 7/8 with Musco Joe in control by 2.5 lengths. Blitzy Treasure is 2nd. Maker First on the outside, 3rd. Nowhere to go. PH Terminator 4th. 3/4 in 1:29 and 3/5 seconds. They make the final turn. Musco Joe is clear by 3.5, 4 lengths. Maker First on the outside. Down on the passing lane, PH Terminator, but it's all Musco Joe finishing 2nd. It's close between Maker First and Blitzy Treasure. Now back in victory lane, the 9th race winner, number 9, Musco Joe, a 5-year-old son of Miracle Chip, out of the dam Kilkerran by Storm. Owned and trained by Darlene Burton of Truro. Greg Monroe driving. Musco Joe picks up a new lifetime mark, 1:59 flat. Race number 10, I'm a Seahawk, Dunmore McCoy, Pepper Allen, Yadu, H.H. Stratton, 3 A's and a C, Mr. Dithers, and Naughty Bean. They're off and pacing. Pepper Allen away with Dunmore McCoy battling for the lead. Out the rail, I'm a Seahawk comes away 3rd, followed by Naughty Bean 4th. Up on the outside 5 is 3 A's and a C. They move on to the backstretch for time 1. Dunmore McCoy. Pepper Allen on the outside, 3 A's and a C on the limb. Down inside is I'm a Seahawk. Getting away racing 5 is Naughty Bean. Yadu races from 6. H.H. Stratton has 7. And 8th and treading the field as they continue on past the opening quarter is Mr. Dithers. Out front, leading by 1, is Pepper Allen. Dunmore McCoy, not content to sit the pocket, moves up and reclaims the top spot. Pepper Allen out the rail is 2nd on the inside, racing 3rd as they move past the 3/8 is I'm a Seahawk. Naughty Bean looks at it from 4. 3 A's and a C at the rail 5. Yadu has 6 to the outside, H.H. Stratton in 7. And treading is Mr. Dithers. 28 and 3 the opening quarter. They check into the halfway point with Dunmore McCoy, a 1-length lead over Pepper Allen. There goes Naughty Bean first over 3rd. Giving cover to 3 A's and a C on the limb 4th. Out the rail, I'm a Seahawk has 5. Then Yadu. H.H. Stratton and Mr. Dithers remains at the back of the field. They're halfway home in 58 and 4/5 seconds. It's still Dunmore McCoy leading by half a length. Naughty Bean right there 2nd, locked in. Pepper Allen is 3rd. 3 A's and a C in good striking position on the outside 4th. At the rail, I'm a Seahawk looks at it from 5. Then H.H. Stratton has 6, Yadu in 7, and Mr. Dithers is still at the back. Into the turn they go. Dunmore McCoy's the one to catch. Holding on to a half-length lead over Naughty Bean. Here comes H.H. Stratton out 3 wide. Pepper Allen is awaiting the passing lane in the pocket. Pepper Allen has gone off stride. They move off the top turn. Dunmore McCoy still in charge. Outside, Naughty B in a second. 129 and 2 the three-quarters. Dunmore McCoy, Naughty B on the outside. Naughty B sticks ahead in front. Naughty B gets up to 1 at second. Is Dunmore McCoy. Third is 3 A's and a C. Back in Victory Lane, the winner of the 10th race, number 9, Naughty Bean, a 5-year-old gelded son of Victor Bean, owned, trained, and driven to victory by Paul Rogerson. A mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. Race number 11, Who's Your General, Hardy Blue, Helen's Memory, Paradox, Harrier, Big Gene, Rum Major, Winds of Peace, and Musket Up It. They're off and pacing, and as they leave the gate, Paradox is away looking for the lead. Out the rail, Who's Your General drives out alertly. Up on the outside, Big Gene, the far outside, Winds of Peace is hustling up looking for the lead. They head by the 8th into the backstretch. At the rail, Who's Your General? Paradox in the center. Winds of Peace is caught out 3 wide in the opening quarter as they move on to the opening quarter in the center. Paradox with a slim lead. On the inside, racing second is Who's Your General, parked out. Winds of Peace is now gathered back. On the inside, that's Musket Up It. Then we go back to Big Gene, who paces out of 5. In 6 as they move into the turn is Harrier. 28 and 1/5 second was the opening quarter. They move off the top turn and approach the halfway point. Out front with the lead out the rail is Who's Your General. Paradox gets parked out second out the rail, and racing third with a good journey is Musket Up It. Second over in 4, that's Winds of Peace. Big Gene is third over racing in 5. Down inside, nowhere to go, Helen's Memory from 6. Pacing in 7 is Harrier. They were past the half in 57 and 3/5 seconds. They move to the backstretch. Who's Your General still there by 1, but here comes Big Gene. Out there, 3 wide, now second. Locked in, Musket Up It third. Harrier moving up into contention on the outside, 4th. With Rum Major 3 wide in 5. They move past the 3/4. Big Gene on the outside has it by a neck. Who's Your General battling back gamely at the rail has recaptured the lead. Out there, 3 wide is Rum Major third. Still nowhere to go, Musket Up It 4th. Harrier from 5. Racing in 6th is Helen's Memory. 3/4 in 1:28 and 2. Who's Your General leads them to the payoff. Up on the outside and racing second as they drive to the stretch is Big Gene, but it's Who's Your General, and Who's Your General is going to win it. It's close for second between Musket Up It and Big Gene. In Victory Lane, the winner of race 11, the Acadia Lines Pace, number 1 in your current, Who's Your General, the 7-year-old brown gelding by General Skipper. Over the GLB stables of Windsor Junction, trained by Robert Took. Robert Laffenkamp driving, and gives Who's Your General a new lifetime mark, 158 flat. In Victory Lane, making the cooler presentation on behalf of Acadia Lines, senior driver George Dewar, along with driver superintendent Bernie Hernish. Race number 12, Selkirk Gable, Lady Maxine B, Vancouver, JL's Bunny, Ranger Vic, Robbie's Rhythm, Fly Fly Flashy, Marion's Ranger, and Sumadon's Icarus. They're off and pacing. Vancouver, Lady Maxine B, those two out battling for the early lead. In behind them, Sumadon's Icarus gets away third. Marion's Ranger hustling up to grab a seat at the rail 4th. Away sitting in 5, that's JL's Bunny. Racing from 6 in the early going is Ranger Vic. Pacing out of 7 is Robbie's Rhythm. Fly Flashy looks at it from 8, and 9th and treading the field as they move to the opening quarter is Selkirk Gable. Out front, Lady Maxine B leads them past the quarter, single file, as they continue on to the 3/8. Giving chase in the pocket, Sumadon's Icarus. Vancouver is pacing out of 3. Marion's Ranger takes a look fourth. Tied up in 5 is JL's Bunny. Now moving up on the outside into 6 is Fly Flashy. At the rail, Ranger Vic has 7. They move off the top turn, approaching the half. 30-1 was the quarter. Lady Maxine B in control by a length, getting a good trip. In 2 is Sumadon's Icarus up at the outside. And pacing third is Vancouver, following cover on the limb from 4. As they race into the turn is Fly Flashy. From 5 is Marion's Ranger. And JL's Bunny has 6. Robbie's Rhythm in 7. Ranger Vic and Selkirk Abel. The half in 1:01 and 2/5 seconds. They move to the backstretch for the final time. Lady Maxine B by 3/4 of a length. Vancouver on the outside is second. Nowhere to go. Sumadon's Icarus races third. On the outside and covered up in 4 is Fly Flashy. Marion's Ranger takes a look in 5. Sixth on the outside is Robbie's Rhythm. They head for the top turn, and it's still Lady Maxine B now by a length. On the inside to reclaim second is Sumadon's Icarus. Fly Flashy coming 3 wide. Third, Marion's Ranger looks for room along the rail fourth. They move off the top turn and straighten out for the stretch drive. And Sumadon's Icarus now stepping out of the pocket to challenge Lady Maxine B as they drive to the payoff. Lady Maxine B, Sumadon's Icarus on the outside. Lady Maxine B will prevail. Second is Sumadon's Icarus. Marion's Ranger will get the show spot. Back in the winner's enclosure, the winner of race 12, number 2, Lady Maxine B, a 4-year-old mare by Maxie B. Owned by Steve Morton, trained by Robert Took, Danny Romo driving. Island 202 and 3/5.